Hi guys, good evening. Am I audible across both YouTube as well as Zoom? Yesterday we were doing a binary search tree. Now, are you able to see my Eclipse screen? So what I did is I had taken a node data array list. Okay, the problem was over here. We were not using the correct functions. In order was calling post order and post order was calling, because I had copy pasted the first method, no? So in order, then, so what I'm doing is while I'm traversing it in order, I'm printing the traversal also, and I'm copying all the data inside a bst.node. As it is a static data, I can access it with the class name. So bst.demo.node data. Okay. So I can access that directly with the help of the class, and that add, and I'll add whatever I'm displaying, I'll add that also. So with this, my array list gets populated. So if I run this code, okay, so 100, 150, 1, 150, 175, 1, 200, 1. Let's give 0. Okay, so all my elements, this is the pre-order traversal, post-order traversal, in-order traversal, and whatever in order I have used, I have stored that into a node list also. So now if I enter a number, let's say 350, now which two nodes come together and form 360? So sum of nodes on a tree. Okay, very common question. So now let me go to the, okay, now let's come here. So once I have this in my list, then I can call the, so I can ask the user then. Now I've got it, I just comment this out because I just wanted to check if the data is coming in this. So I take a scanner now. Yeah, my code is visible. And I'll ask the user, sysout, enter sum. So whatever sum he will enter, I'll take in a variable sum. Sc dot next int. Okay, and I'll then call this search in tree. Search sum in tree function. And I'll pass the search function. I'll pass the sum. Okay. So let's create this here. So I'll take integer n1. Let's iterate to the tree now. For integer n1, we'll take it from the node.data. So we'll take it from bst demo.node data. Okay, so from this list, I'll take one element and put it into n1. Then the number which I need to search, I will give sum minus n1. And then we will check if the bst dot contains the number 2, and we will sys out that. We'll sys out that as a pair n1 and n. Let's save it. Let's run it again. 100, 1, 50, 1, 200, 1, 150, 0. These are my elements. What happened? Why didn't it not? Okay, I did not display it. So it's there in the list. I'm not displaying it. 101. So now if I say 250, okay. So these are my elements, right? So go. So 250, 250 is forming. Okay, so there are two forming. Okay, so let's check for some other. Let's say 350, which all are forming the sum as 350. So what is this? 578, 578. Displaying it properly. So I take one element. Once we have the sum, we call the search sum in the tree. And then in that search, we take the node list dot, so that's array list. And we take one more element and put into n1. Then from the sum, we minus the n2 and we get n2, and then we check if this contains n2. If it does, we display the n1 and the n2 in a proper format. So, and then we will break the loop. This, irrespective of that, is still not displaying us the data. Okay. Now populated the node list data that is there. 101, 51, 201, 151, 75, 0. So we have the list. Now from this list, I want to search for 175, which all elements form 175. It is showing at 403. Means something is fishy. Something we are trying to not do correctly. Contains n2, yeah. So from the sum, I just subtract. In each iteration, I subtract this. So in the first, I got 50 as n1. If I sys out n1, I get 50. Then 175 minus 50, that is 125. I search for 125. 125 there in the list, not there. Then like this, the loop will keep on iterating. Where do you think we are lagging behind, guys? Let me go and check in the YouTube what people are commenting on. This is very good for me. Let's Let's print N1 and N2 over here. In the function, let's print N1 and N2. Screen again. Let's print N1 and N2. Let's see if the data we are getting is correct. We want to do some other applications also. Fifty 200. Yes. Enter sum. Let's say I enter sum as 350. So it is taken as 50 and 350. Yeah, these are coming. This is there. This if is causing a problem. N1 N2 is being populated. Then if my BST demo.node data it contains N2, I display it in this format. So I'll just say, oh, okay. I guess we were using single quotes. That's why we were using single quotes to display. So it was showing us the ASCII value of these variables. Okay, that was the actual problem. So display was the problem. The code was correct. Let's run it again. 100, 1, 150, 1, 200, 1, 250, 1, 75, 0. Now I have this data. So who can give me now 450? And 200 and 250 gives me 450. That was the actual problem which we were having. So this problem is solved. Okay. So then one more important concept which I wanted to discuss with you guys is hash map. So lots of questions they will ask in the interview, which we will be needing hash map. Okay, so if you're preparing for an interview, then hash map is very crucial. Okay, so I'm sharing my paint screen. Let me know once you are able to see it. So hash map you can visualize as a two-column table. This is a hash map. You can visualize that as a two-column table. The left column we call as the key, and the right column we call as the value. Okay, see, keys cannot be duplicated, value can be duplicated, and value can be anything. Value can be an integer, value can be a string, value can be any object of the student class, you can store any value. Okay, 18, Virat, 78.5, any. It can be a list, apple, mango. It can be a list of list. Okay, so the first list I'll do all the cars, BMW, Audi. Second list I'll do all the bikes, Yamaha, Honda. Okay, you can have any object over here if you are playing with the map. Okay, so the very class which we use very common is the hash map. So this will close once again. This will close again because there, like this you can get many. So any object can be of any type. Keys cannot be duplicated. So if I have a key as a string 1, then one key will map to one value. If I try to repeat the key, it will override the value. So keys will not be duplicated. So keys can be string, numbers, whatever you want to keep. And this is called one entry. This is called one entry in a hash map. So entry will have a key and a value. Entry will have a key and a value. And to put an entry, we have a function called as put function. If you want to add any entry to a hash map, use the put function. So you have to give the key and the value at once. So here my key is of type string, my value is of type integer. So when I make this hash map, I'll make it like this. Hash map, and my key is of string, my value is of integer. Give a name to the hash map. Okay, some data is new hash map. Okay, like this you can make a hash map. And then once you have the hash map, you can do a put function and as many data you wish to add to the hash map. Okay, and to retrieve the data, so if I want to display apple, I will say data dot get, and I have to give the key name. So if I give the key, it will give me the value in return. Okay, so now what type of value you have on typecasted, or when you have created over here that my value will always be of type integer. So here you cannot have apple now. So here, as you have told that my value will be of type integer, then you have to go like this. Okay. So like this, we can create our hash maps and do a lot of operations on this. Okay. So I'll start with the basic program where we can use hash map. So if I give you a string and I tell you count the number of characters in this. How many times has A come? A has come once. B has come twice. L has come once. And E has come once. I want this as an output. So how will we do that? So we can use hash maps to solve such problems. So I go to and I make a new folder. Today is the last day. If you'll have any suggestions, any feedbacks, any comments, any reviews, any testimonial, you can put it on the chat on Zoom as well as on the YouTube. I'll make a new package, day 15. Okay. And in this, I'll make a new class, character count in word. So which character has occurred how many times in a word? So I'll take a hard-coded word, apple, and I'll call a function. Let's do it in main itself. So what we'll do is we'll take a for loop. So we'll take one character from this word. So we'll convert this into a character array. 2 character array. So now in my first iteration, I will have C. So I'll take a hash map now. When the key will be the character, so you always hash maps are always for classes. Okay, so you cannot take primitives. My value will be the occurrence of that character, so integer. So I will say char count, whatever name you feel like you can give, is a new hash map. Control Shift O and import it from the util package. Now in my C, now my hash map is totally empty. Okay. Now hash map is totally empty, and in my C, I have a character called as apple. So I will check if my hash map has a key called apple. So there's a function called contains key. So if my char count, so Okay, I'll name it as char count map so that you know it's the map. If my char count map dot contains key, which key? C. If it contains key, well and good. Else, if it doesn't contain, will contain the else. So in the first iteration, when I come, there is nothing in my hash map. It is blank. So does it contain the key C? Does it contain this key A? No. So I'll do a put there. So I'll do a character map dot put, and I'll put the key as the character. I'll put the first occurrence. So I'll say value is 1. Next time when I say P, so is P there? Contains key P? No. So now, if you observe, my hash map is being populated. It has one key as A, value as 1, and it has second key as P, value as 1, because both have gone into else. Third iteration, P. Does it contains P? Yes, it has. So we'll go in if only. So what I'll do is I'll do a get. So I'll put, but before that, I'll again override the key, right? Because when you override the key, value will override. You can't duplicate keys. So what I'll do, the value, get it from the hash map for this character C, and whatever you get, you put +1 and set it back. So C. So let's try to do it over here. Okay, very interesting it is. In lots of use cases, you will see hash map is being used. So in the first instance, I have the character A. Does my hash, I'm just made a fresh hash map. Does my hash map, I hope my screen is visible to everybody. I'm showing my Eclipse screen and I'm showing the code on the Eclipse screen. Yes, Vignesh or Devant, are you all there to confirm that we are on the same page? Okay, so get of C means the first iteration, does it contain the key A? It does not. It goes over here and I put a entry. So A and 1. Second iteration, does it contain the key P? No, it goes into else and I put an entry P and 1. Third iteration, P, does it contain the key P? Yes, it does contain. So what it does, it goes and gets me that P. What is that value? When I say get key, it gives the value. Value becomes 1. 1 plus 1, 2. And I put that value back. So when you enter the same key, it overrides the value. It doesn't make a new key. So key becomes 2. And now, similarly, L was not there. So first iteration, and it will go else and say L1. And similarly, so E also was not there, and it will say 1. Once the loop breaks, you can come and sys out the hash map. What is that? Character count map. Let's save it and let's run it now. And showing you P is 2, A is 1, E is 1, and L is simple as that. Okay. So this we can do. This we can remove the if else. We can have one shorter function. Let's try to check that. I'm copying it and I'll just paste it over here using 2. So we have a function called get. Okay. Get or by default. Okay. So we will say so see. So what this would do is in the first iteration, The first character is A. A goes into the C. Now does this contain the C? Okay. So what it says, get it. If not there, then you get 0. So now, if the C is present, give it. If it is not present, give me 0. Then I'll add 1 and save it back. So C becomes count as 1. Next, when P comes, is the P there? So get and check P is there or not. If it is there, give me. If it is not there, give me 0. So give 0 and then I'll add +1. So like this, you can use this function get or by default. So now see, now if I run this, right click, run as Java application. Okay, now what happened? Okay, so what? Let me just check this function get by default. So see, and your map name is character count map. So get for by default. See, if it is 0, give 0. If it is not, give me 1. And right click, run as. Why is it again showing 0? We have taken in the word. Okay, now we will not use the key. So we already checked for the contains over there, no? Now we will not check for the contains because now there is no if else, right? I just remove everything. Now this is one single line of code. One single line of code, it becomes everything. And wipe out all that. So now directly one single line of code, it gets everything. Save it and now run it. Okay, the same output you will get. A is 2, A is 1, E is 1, and L is 1. If I would give you all the same task now, count the number of words in a string. So if I give you all the same task, count, okay, word count in a sentence. So in a sentence, how many words has come? So now if we take a sentence, my name is Alice. Alice is a good. Yeah. Okay, so now how will we do this now? So now my hash map will be, the key will be a string, an integer. Okay, now I'll say word count map. Okay, then okay, then we'll just finish this code and then we'll start the test. Okay, so just give me 2 minutes. We'll finish this and then we'll take the test. Okay, so we'll have a string that will be the word. Okay, so guys, I'm told you all have a test now. So I guess then we'll stop here, Amar sir, or should I just finish with this program? It will take me 5 more minutes. So if you say we'll stop it and then we can start the test immediately.
Yeah, sure.
Huh?
Yes, you can complete this program, sir.
Okay, let me complete this program. Okay, so I have my words over here. So I will take one word. So I'll take a for loop and we'll take the word. This is sentence, right? Sentence. So we'll try to convert the sentence into an array. Okay. So we'll say we'll take a character array called as words and we'll split this sentence on the space character. So once I split this sentence, I get a array of strings. I get an array of string. So you can sys out and check whether this string has now converted into a array of string. And words. So now I've got this into an array of words. Now we can iterate through this. So same logic which I applied over here, we can apply the same logic. Same. Okay. So now what are we going to do? We want to take one string. And from where? From this words. And then we will try to put that. Okay. If it is there, 0. If it is not there, increment it by 1. Same. Just that was a string earlier, now it is a sentence. So it will show me has come once, Alice has come. Okay, we should have then incremented it, right? Okay, this is a comma. So it took it as a comma. So it took it as a comma. So has 1, Alice has 2, is has 2, my has 1. Like so you can keep all the word counts in a string. Okay, I'll just push this code, guys. You can start with the exam. Best of luck. This is Amar sir. You can start.
Yes, sir. So, dear student, I posted the assessment link into the chat box. So, test will be there for 30 minutes, 30 questions. So, sharp at 8:30, test will be going to close. Okay, so I shared the link. You can start taking the test.
I'll push this code also onto the chat.
Right, attendance link I will share at 8:30. Okay, so please be there. So dear students, last 10 minutes to submit your test. So please make sure we're submitting your test by sharp at 8:30. Okay, so I hope most of you are done with your test. So I'm sharing the attendance link. So please mark your attendance. Yeah, you two participants, I'm sharing the attendance link. Thank you so much for submitting the today's assessment. Yes, I'm sharing that, guys. Just a minute. Yeah, I shared the attendance link as well. So please mark the attendance. Those who not submitted the test, I'm giving the 1 more minute extra. So please make sure that you are submitting your test. Okay. Yes, 1 more minute is more than enough, as per my understanding for you. You guys are very intelligent. Yes, today is the last class. I will come up with the next SDP register and you will get notified again. Okay, chalo. Thank you so much, students. Yes, certification you will get within next 8 to 15 working days. No need to worry about it. Sure. Chalo then. Thank you.